Are you someone who doesn't like being welcomed to their country? Are you an original custodian of that country? Well, maybe you need to get your perspective right. But I get it. You haven't been acknowledged yourself for all the colonials have done for this country. You want to be acknowledged, I get that. Well, I'm OzParody, and I'm here to acknowledge everything that the white man has done to the original custodians of this nation. Enjoy. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this wide land where I'm singing this song, which is to acknowledge these traditional custodians have been mistreated for far too long. It's time to acknowledge the first Australians, singers of the first Australian songs. And if you're still hung up on terra nullius, this is acknowledgement that it was wrong. First we can acknowledge that the sins of the father should not be laid at the feet of the son, who must then acknowledge that the kids of these custodians have been disadvantaged. There's work to be done. It's time to acknowledge the first Australians, authors of the first Australian tales. And if you're still a colonial apologist, now is the time to admit that they failed. We should all acknowledge the stolen generation. We took their children, 1, 2, 3. We must then acknowledge prejudicial legislation, discrimination and bigotry. It's time to acknowledge the first Australians lived on the land long before we were there. And if you're still full of rationalizations, maybe the time is to learn how to share. The racist laws are gone, but not the inequality. Constant reminders that they've got less. Why was the voice so heavily politicised? What could it possibly cost to say yes? It's time to acknowledge the first Australians were left behind while the rest went ahead. And if you're sick of all the virtue signalling, now is the time to think of mateship instead. It's time to acknowledge the first Australians. We'll show the world why the Aussies are best. It's time to teach our kids the importance of custodians. Let's get together to clean up the mess.